Today, we're going to tackle a huge shift happening in e-commerce right now. It's called composable commerce. And yeah, it's a big idea, but it really all boils down to one simple question. Is your business actually built to win today? And, more importantly, are you ready for whatever's coming next?
I mean, really think about that for a second. Your customers' expectations, they're changing faster than ever. The way we all shop, what we expect from a brand, it is constantly evolving. So is the tech that's powering your business a launchpad, ready for anything? Or is it an anchor, just holding you back?
Okay, so before we can really look at the future, we have to talk about the past. For a long time, e-commerce has run on these gigantic all-in-one platforms. You might hear them called monoliths. And look, they had their moment for sure. But for a lot of businesses today, they've become a serious bottleneck. So the first major pain point? Speed. Or, the lack of it. On a monolithic platform, even a tiny change can send ripples through the entire system. And that means tons and tons of testing. So while you're spending weeks, or let's be honest, maybe even months, to launch one new feature, a more nimble competitor can do it in days. That is market share just slipping right through your fingers.
And next up, we've got integrations. So you want to add a cool new personalization tool, right? Or maybe a better analytics platform. But with these legacy systems, every new tool gets custom coded and kinda bolted on. These connections are super fragile, and over time, you build up all this change debt until adding anything new becomes this massive risky project. And that's when innovation just grinds to a halt.
Oh, and let's talk about scaling. Picture this, it's Black Friday. Your checkout is getting slammed with customers, which is great. But with a monolith, you have to scale everything. Your blog, your product pages, your search, just to handle that one surge in one place. You're either burning cash on server capacity you don't actually need, or you're risking a total site crash on the biggest shopping day of the year. Not a great choice.
And when you lay it all out side by side like this, the difference is just stark. We're talking about going from quarterly updates to deploying new stuff every single day. From scaling your whole system just to keep the lights on, to scaling only the one specific part that needs it. It's a huge shift from being locked in and slow to being open and incredibly fast. And this is way more than just a tech upgrade. It's a whole new way of doing business.
So if the old way is the problem, what's the solution? Well, it's this idea called composable commerce. And honestly, the best way to think about it is like building with Legos. Instead of getting some pre-built model that you can't really change, you get a whole box of amazing specialized pieces, and you get to build exactly what you need. So what does composable actually mean in practice? It's all about picking the absolute best-of-breed solution for every single job. The best search tool in the market, the best payment processor, the best content management system out there. Then, you connect all these specialized pieces together using APIs. You can think of them like universal power adapters to build a tech stack that is perfectly tailored for your business.
Exactly. So you go from the monolith, this big, clunky block where one change can break the whole thing, to this super flexible, modular setup. Don't like your search tool anymore? No problem. You just swap out that one brick for a better one, and nothing else is affected. Your cart, your CMS, it all just keeps running perfectly.
Now, this whole approach is powered by 4 core principles, a framework called MACH. M is for microservices, breaking big problems into small, independent services. A is for API first, making sure every component is built to talk to every other component right from the start. C is for cloud native, using modern cloud infrastructure for awesome flexibility and scale. And H is for headless, separating the pretty front end the customers see from the back-end business logic, so you can innovate on the customer experience without breaking anything important.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting, because we're going to see how all these technical ideas translate directly into real business wins. This isn't just about making your engineers happy. This is about driving revenue and creating way better customer experiences. Let's start with personalization. Over half of your customers now just expect it. With a monolithic system, trying to add the kind of AI you need to do this well is a massive headache. But with a composable setup, you just plug in a best-in-class personalization engine. You're not just getting a new tool, you're gaining the power to meet a critical customer demand that your competitors are probably struggling with.
Hey, let's talk about money. This data from Deloitte is absolutely stunning. Just saving 1/10 of a second off your site's load time can boost conversions by 8%. Because composable systems are built from these modern, lightweight services, they are just incredibly fast. That speed you gain, it's not a vanity metric. It is a direct path to more revenue, period. All right, so this all sounds great, right? But the big question is always, how do you actually make this switch without causing total chaos?
Well, the good news is there's a playbook for this, and it is not about ripping and replacing everything you have overnight. The whole process really breaks down into 4 manageable steps. First, you do an audit. Figure out where the real bottlenecks are in your current system. What's causing the most pain? Second, you choose your tools. Look for modern, MACH-aligned solutions to fix those specific problems. Third, and this is the most important part, you don't try to do it all at once. The strategy is to strangle the monolith. You just replace one piece at a time. Maybe you start with that frustrating search function, then move to your checkout. Each step delivers immediate value and lowers your risk. And finally, you invest in your team, giving them the skills they need to thrive in this new, more agile world.
So, here's the crucial point. This is so much more than a technology upgrade. Adopting composable commerce is a strategic business move that fundamentally changes how you operate, and it positions you to win no matter what happens in the future.
I love this quote because it perfectly captures the value here. When you're locked into a single vendor, you are stuck with their roadmap, their priorities, their limitations. Composable gives you optionality, the freedom to choose. And in a market that's changing this fast, that freedom is basically an insurance policy for your business. I mean, think about it. When the next big thing comes along, and it will, whether it's AI that completely reimagines merchandising or some new social channel that becomes the place to sell, you can just adapt. You simply swap in a new service. Meanwhile, your competitors on those legacy platforms, they'll be stuck planning a multi-year, multi-million-dollar replatforming project while you're already out there capturing that new market.
And so that's really the final thought to leave you with. None of us knows exactly what the future of commerce holds, but we all know it's going to change. The real question is, have you built a business with the flexibility, the speed, and the optionality to win, no matter what comes next?